Welcome back to Rubbin Minds. If you're just joining us, we're about to have a conversation with a gospel artist, Tim Godfrey. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Are you a gospel artist, first of all?
Well, proudly, I represent Christ. I'm
Okay.
Christ.
No, because there are some people who don't like to be labeled in a certain way, so I just wanted to be sure about that.
I understand why, but I mean, of course, the moment you say that, a lot of things, they push you away from a lot of things, but I actually represent Christ. If you want, proudly a gospel artist, but I do all sorts of songs. I mean, people mistake praise and worship to be gospel songs, but it's not. Praise and worship is not just what gospel is. There's love, there is motivation, there are other things, there's party, there's fun, everything. So, but if you just get out of praise and worship, they start saying, he's no longer a gospel artist. But I mean, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, that video just on us seems very mainstream.
Yeah, absolutely. But most of the things that I do is quite mainstream. I've done songs with Banky, I've done with Skills, I've done a couple more with some artists I've not released. But that video, I haven't been released yet, actually. It's a song that is actually making, I didn't know it was going to be accepted like that. We took a risk of doing trap in gospel, which is never done, and I tried to bring good lyrics on it. And then earlier today I was in a church singing, and the pastor is quite not at his maybe 50 something, but the guy, that was only what moved. His dabbing was as though it was one to do. It was like this. I mean, no, pastor, that's not dabbing. You do like this. I say, okay. I mean, it's been fun though.
So is that important for you? I mean, I think I had a conversation with Links not too long ago, and I was talking about the need to make young people understand that you can be a Christian and it's still cool. Yes. Is that the sort of thing you're going for?
Yes, because I discovered that for gospel music, in quotes, they have actually shifted everything that has to do with gospel and taken the young people out of it. So every young person growing does not have anything they're listening to that is very decent. I mean, I was in an experience on Friday, and all the young people were just like, online it was buzzing because of the sound that I brought in. I mean, it's properly hip hop. I mean, that's what it's been missing for a while now, but I'm happy that now even the churches are embracing it now. They're loving it. I thought it was for young people alone, but even the older ones are just grooving it into. Yeah.
How's the gospel scene in Nigeria doing, though? I mean, it's probably one of the biggest sectors, or genres of music. It's not even necessarily a genre. It's a part of, because in the gospel you have different genres. There are people who rap, there are people who do the traditional stuff, and all of that. I mean, like you said, with the experience, you watch so many variations of how the gospel is spread. How's it doing? How do you think?
Yeah, I think, like you said, gospel is probably the biggest, but people don't realize that, number one. Number two, I think that I have a couple of friends that are secular, and they're saying you guys are the one eating now because there is recession. People don't do a lot of shows again. But churches, of course, there are churches everywhere. Yeah. So whether or not anything, people will always do programs and all of those things. But I think it's very huge, just that people have not invested in it yet. And I'm hoping that one day people will realize how big the market is and enormous talent that we have. Actually, everybody that came out, whether you're doing whatever you're doing now, came out from church. So it will be nice that they see the big market. I mean, if you come, Experience had close to 700,000 people gathered, and just 10 countries in the world that did not watch. Every other country in the world watched it from online. So that kind of huge opportunity, you can't miss it. And Nigerians are quite religious, so it's a good place to.
It's a good place to do that. Do you find that it's hard for you to keep up? I mean, I'm not even talking about Nigeria now. We live in a world now where there's so many distractions. For a young person like you, I mean, the world is moving really fast. The world is really interconnected. We know the sorts of things, quote unquote, we're not necessarily judging everybody, that sell. Music videos that sell lyrics. Do you find that it's hard for you to still be in the sort of lane you want to be?
Honestly, if I look at it from being honest, it's not really hard because I know what I believe in. I'm focused on it. I've been like this all from day one. It just depends on what God has called you to do. You cannot be distracted. I don't have any problem with anyone that does whatever, but my focus is that I know this is what I'm meant to do. I'm focused on doing it. So whatever happens around, I really don't care because I can express myself in different ways. I do love songs, I do motivational, I do party songs, I do everything. So there's no restriction. The thing is that I will not do anything vulgar. I will not have my video, which is one of the things that I'm also doing right now. I have a video, I'll look good like this, look good, and then all the ladies there will be naked. That's abuse. That's actually abuse on women. I will not do all of those things, but of course that's what sells. That's what people want to watch and all of those things. And I don't know what our children will watch. I mean, I don't know what, if you have your children and turn to all the music channel or entertainment, what are they going to watch that would really inspire them or put them in the right path or keep their sanity? We don't have all of that. So I think think that I'm actually safe where I'm at, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing so much. I'm hoping to influence the other side, actually.
Yeah. Are you doing that actively? Like, do you have conversations with secular artists? And do you talk about, like, the video thing you mentioned now, where you see naked girls, and it's probably, I mean, obviously, you don't think it's right. Do you talk to them and say, why do you do this?
I don't judge anybody. I don't judge. I have a lot of friends, so I've discovered that one time I tried to tell them, this is wrong, blah, blah, the person cut out from me totally. So I've learned my lesson, so I don't judge them. Like, if you see the AHA video, it's nothing like gospel around it, not like church, not like religion actually around it. But, I mean, so I think that they know themselves, but because it's business for them, they try to do what they can do to keep up. But I think that I don't judge them. I just suggest to them when I talk with them. I say, these people are just no way. I mean, I think about it. Would you allow your daughter do this? Would you allow your sister do this? Would your mother be happy seeing her daughter? So there are things that we don't really care about. But I mean, I don't judge them. I understand where they're coming from, but that doesn't make it right. Yeah. And I'm standing by what I believe in.
Yeah. Very, 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 very important. I want to talk about crossing over internationally now, and we're beginning to see signs of that on the mainstream and secular side of things. With gospel music, I know a lot of collaborations have always happened, where you have the big guns come over here, you have concerts and all of that, and collaborations and all. Is this something you're looking at? Do you think it's something we should be looking at here? A lot of our traditional gospel songs, for example, we love them here, but they tend to be very local, as much as they do very well. Are those things that you think can be exported?
Yeah, yes, I think because from the secular part, they've been able to achieve that reasonably. Of course, those days, you go to the club, you hear only international and from songs from America, but now it's almost 100% Nigerian stuff. So I think it's happening for God. I mean, they've actually stretched and squeezed every sound out there. So Africa is where the fresh sound is now. I did a concert 3rd of July that was quite strong and big. I brought in Marvin Sapp. He's a multi-Grammy award winning artist. He came in and it was fantastic. I've done stuff with Ty Tribet. Fantastic. These are all Grammy award winning guys. So, and they love our sound. Everywhere Ty Tribet goes right now, he does Nigerian, not even African, Nigerian songs. You see him singing some of those songs, and these are things that we just have fun. And they play it, but it doesn't sound like. So I think it would be stupid for anybody to want to sound American. So what fascinates them most is our sound. So if we have to export, we have to export the original sound. If they hear it, they just wow. But we have to up the quality a lot more. So I think we're doing great in the gospel. We're catching up, but what we're doing, I think we're going to move very fast this period. Yeah.
Talking about what you're doing now, let's talk about Ewura the musical, which is, I don't know, what is it exactly? I mean, it's one of your many, many feathers that you wear in your hats. Yeah,
Ewura is something that I mean, sometimes I get emotional about, because it talks deals with women. I mean, people say, Tim Godfrey, you obviously you are a feminist and all of those things. Yeah, I talk about everything that concerns women, abuse on women. So Ewura is bitter leaf in Yoruba, and it means for me, it's, you know, when you chew bitter leaf or onubu, like we call it in Igbo, it's bitter initially, but when you keep going on and on, the taste changes, it becomes sweet. So we're trying to encourage women to stay strong whatever they are doing, not to give up, and not to allow anybody batter them to the point where they are not focused on achieving what. So Ewura is basically a musical that describes all sorts of abuse on women, and it's very intense. The story we have right now is focused a bit